This was a terrible week to have BTS. We got no crew, no talent, nothing. Got run down, scripts, stayed up till midnight working on this. Not even have a show, no one came. We're all at Chick-fil-A or something.
I mean, I'm on time. No one else was on time, but I was here.
We can't have a show with 2 people, Anna.
Hey, I'm here. Sorry, I'm a little late. I was, well, it doesn't matter what I was doing.
Yeah, you're a little late. It's 5 minutes till showtime.
Yeah.
God, I don't even know. Do you guys want to do a show?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm ready.
I'm ready to go.
I guess we'll go find a crew then.
Okay, let's go find him. I don't know where everyone's at, but we need to find
this hard, right?
Sarah, what are you doing?
Hi guys, just trying to get this penny I dropped over the ledge.
Why don't you go down the steps and pick it up?
You are so smart.
That's not what I meant. You're on air, and Sarah, you're on air. We're going downstairs. Let's go downstairs. Come on. Oh my God.
We showed up for the show. Where is everyone?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know about you, but like I'm
I'm
being here.
ready. Oh my God.
Oh my God, you guys are so easy.
That is not funny.
Oh,
Carly.
come on. I was just joking. Don't be such
Carly,
a wimp.
we gotta show.
No, we're not falling for that again.
No, the closet.
No, I am very open about my...
Closet behind you.
Hi.
What are you doing in there, Carly?
Me, Thomas, Evan, and Nina were playing hide and seek, and I'm really good at this game. I've been here for like 4 hours. No one's fine about me.
We got an E-Weekly to do. Come on, we gotta go.
All right.
Let's go. Come on. God, what is going on? Oh my God, is that Sam? Alex, take this. Sam, are you okay?
Why?
What are you doing?
Oh, I was playing hide and seek, and I had to count to 30. I guess I fell asleep.
Wait, what? You fell asleep after counting to 30? That makes no sense. It takes me like 30 years and 72 versions to fall asleep.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like epileptic or something.
Epileptic. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. We gotta find Thomas still. Oh my God!
What?
I don't know. We got a show to do. We almost have everyone. I don't know. Nina, what are you doing? What's wrong? What's wrong?
I gotta go pee and someone's in the bathroom.
Can you hold it for like 30 minutes?
I'll try.
Thank you. That sounded like Evan. I think we're desperate. Do you want to do prompter?
Sorry, everyone. That was quite an experience trying to get here in time for the show.
We also ran into Yipsy's not-so-friendly neighborhood vampire, and, well, I guess you could say he recruited us.
Regardless, we're here and we're ready to give you this week's news. I'm Sarah Potteracki.
And I'm Nina Maria Badalamenti. I'll let Sarah start us off with the news while I try to collect myself.
A suspect has been arraigned for the racist graffiti that was found on an exterior wall of King Hall in September of 2016. Eddie Curlin, a 29-year-old former EMU student, is currently in custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections. Curlin is currently serving a 1 to 5 year sentence on an unrelated charge. Curlin has a criminal history, having served 3 years and 10 months for crimes committed in 2010. In the case of last fall's events, he has been charged with 3 counts of malicious destruction of property, a misdemeanor, as well as 4 counts of identity theft and using computers to commit a crime, both felonies. EMU Chief of Police Robert Hayes stated that this was a self-serving act, not driven by race or politics. Hayes also understands the frustration the student body was facing during the last year. However, the process was executed thoroughly, and hopefully more strides will be made to make EMU's campus a safe place.
Desmond Robinson and Tynesha Solomon were elected EMU's homecoming king and queen last Saturday at the homecoming football game. They ran against 4 other hardworking couples, but their competition was no match. Desmond is a third-year student majoring in psychology and minoring in creative writing. He is very active on campus, as he has been an NSOA for 2 years and has recently founded and holds the role of president of the Diversity and Inclusion Group. He also is president of Active Minds, another student organization on campus. Tynesha Solomon is a senior majoring in communication with a minor in social work. She too is very involved on campus through being an RA at Putnam Hall and an active member of the historically black organization Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. She's also a member of the widely known Close-Up Theater Troupe. Eastern congratulates both of these very deserving students.
EMU graduate Jenny Copera founded a theater company in the Ypsilanti area that focuses on creating global awareness by performing international plays. The company is called Spinning Dot Theater and is made up of a professional company, an artist in residency, and a youth theater company. Copera has a lot of experience in international theater, including overseas theater festivals, as well as events in Germany, Scotland, and France. Spinning Dot Theater is its youth company component, not a common feature in Ypsilanti or Ann Arbor. The youth students will learn new skills by staying with the company for a year. They will be taught by international artists in the area and will have the opportunity to Skype with international playwrights from around the globe. For more information on this exhibition, visit spinningdot.org.
Renovations around campus continue as the EMU Board of Regents has recently approved the proposed capital outlay project with the renovation of Sill Hall in top priority. Sill Hall houses EMU's College of Technology and the School of Engineering Technology. This renovation continues to show the university's support to the education in the STEM disciplines. The building has not been renovated since it was first built in 1965. The project will be a total reconstruction, including adding a food structure, modernizing classrooms, labs, and lecture halls, and creating a student commons area along with faculty offices. In addition, there will be an expansion to support the engineering program. This renovation will be matching the cost of Strong Hall's renovation, $40 million, $10 million of which the university will be paying for. The request for this project is for the 2018 fiscal school year.
We are going to step aside for a moment here at eWeekly. When we get back, we'll have the dish.
I got some jeans, I got some shoes, and I got a sweet new hoodie.
Jeans, shoes, a new hoodie.
Some new headphones, and a couple of video games.
Video games and some headphones.
And I didn't pay for a thing.
And I paid for it all. Not to mention, I'm out a brand new laptop because he stole my computer and went on a shopping spree with my money. So now I have all of my usernames and all of my passwords saved in a password management system like KeePass. So if my laptop is stolen, my passwords aren't. My name is Caitlin, and I'm trying to be e-safe.
Hey.
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
Close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi, I'm Gordon. I'm here about your job opening. Hi, I'm here about the job. Hi. The word you'll hear most often during a job hunt? No. No. One expert says you can expect 20 rejections before you get your first maybe. So don't be down on yourself. Be sure your resume is flawless. or you'll never see the inside of an interview suite. Be punctual for interviews, but no earlier than 5 minutes. A firm handshake is important, and look the interviewer in the eye.
Don't be a downer, dude.
Speak in positive terms about school and your previous employers. Sit alertly during your interview and show you're human. Smile a little. And follow up every interview with a thank you letter, expressing your interest in the job and why you think you're qualified.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state. Blue state. Vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimists.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities, our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer.
We are true EMU! Let me show you love. Love is what I know. Join me in this life, you're beautiful soul. Everything you need, everything you want, you have it right here, my beautiful soul. We are true EMU!
I am true EMU.
We are true EMU!
Welcome back. After some cryptical analysis, we've decided that being undead isn't too bad.
I'm not complaining. I've always wanted to be immortal. Bleh. ETB is no stranger to boosting our own. We've talked about this organization in the past, and we'll do it again now. Laugh-A-Minute Enterprises, or LAME, will be starting their performance season this Saturday in the Student Center, room 310 at 8 o'clock. If you're into comedy or improvisation, or both, then this is the show for you. Or if you're slightly interested about either of those topics, I suggest you attend. Improv comedy is made up on the spot, it's never been done before, it isn't planned, and it'll never be seen again. Unless someone brings a camera, I guess. It's always an entertaining show. Improv was put in the spotlight in the 1990s when the hit TV show Whose Line Is It Anyway was on air. You'll see plenty of similarities with LAME's show this Saturday. I hope to see you there.
For the third year in a row, Ypsilanti hosted Sorrowfest, a 3-day music festival dedicated to raising money toward an organization called Suck It Suicide. This organization is an outreach program from the Detroit organization 6 Feet Over, which strives to help those affected by suicide. Sorrowfest was created 3 years ago by Dustin Lice as a means to accept the passing of his friend. The proceeds from the first festival went to the American Suicide Foundation, but after decided that with the amount of money raised by the festival, it would be better utilized by a local organization. He was drawn in by Suck It Suicide because of the focus on punk and LGBTQ+ community. The festival features 28 bands, most of which are in the rock, punk, and emo genres. 100% of the proceeds go toward the cause. Thomas Kruick has for us today a fascinating history of movie special effects for this week's dish. Take it away, Thomas.
Thank you, Nina, and hello, everyone. I promise this looks way worse than it actually is, all thanks to the power of special effects makeup. Makeup has always been used to give actors a certain look, but special effects makeup takes it a little further. One of the leaders in special effects makeup was Jack Pierce, who worked in the mid-1900s and did the makeup for movies like Frankenstein and Dracula. During this time, a makeup artist's tools were spirit gum, collodion, and mortician's wax. These materials were used to sculpt prosthetics onto the actors, while face paint was added on top. Since films were black and white back then, they had to use face paint a little differently than we do now. For instance, if the actor was supposed to look pale and ghostly, their face would be painted green, as that was the lightest color that would show up on the film. Extremely innovative for early film. In the late 1930s, foam and latex pieces began to make the process easier and faster. Instead of spending 6 hours to sculpt a piece, it could be made in advance and be reused each time it was needed. Soon after, full-body suits were created so sci-fi films could have whole-bodied monsters presented on screen. These were done using a latex suit that the actor could slip in and then had prosthetics attached. Nowadays, we still use all of the same basic materials, as well as the addition of green screen, which allows for a selected area to be replaced with something more desirable. This opens a whole new world of possibilities, and I can't wait to see how special effects makeup progresses further. Now, if anyone happens to see a hand laying around on campus, let me know. I could use one. I'm Thomas Kruick, and this has been The Dish.
You know us vampires. We had, had nothing to do with it. My mom always told me to have a snack on hand.
After the break, Evan Hensley is supposed to be here with sports, but I don't know if he made it past that shadowy figure. We'll find out after the break.
My favorite band just put out a new CD. I was super excited. I've been waiting forever for it to come out. But I was having a little cash flow problem. I asked some of my friends if they had the new CD yet, and they said I could get it for free if I found a pirated copy online. Without hesitation, I went on my computer and I found a website that had a free pirated copy, and I clicked download. It was that simple. After downloading it, I went to my computer and I opened my music player to listen to it, but my computer had slowed down to almost a stop. All I ended up with was a virus, not my band's album. I guess when you pirate anything, you run the risk of an infection. Not to mention, if you get caught, there could be legal issues. It really does pay to pay. My name is Emma, and I'm trying to be e-safe.
So I tried logging into my .emish account, and it wouldn't let me in. So I went down to the help desk, and they said I had already changed my password. No, I didn't. Shortly after that, my apartment was broken into. Yeah, if you put two and two together, you know where they go. My address. They got my password, got onto my .emish account, and stole my class schedule and my home address. They knew when I wasn't going to be home. I should have known that a password of ABCD1234 isn't too hard to guess. Now, I'm more careful about choosing a password. I take a word that's 8 to 10 letters long that isn't too personal to me, and I change some characters around. For example, the word college, C-O-L-L-E-G-E. I can change the L's to 7s and the E's to question marks. Don't use college, okay? You have passwords for a reason. Take the time to make one that is unique and easy for you to remember, yet hard for someone else to figure out. My name is Daniel, and I'm trying to be safe.
Tell me my fucking cord's been across my neck.
I am definitely Michael Kermy, here to give you the latest on EMU sports. Evan Hensley had a bit of an accident last week. Anyway, here's the sports. This past Saturday, the Eastern Michigan football team looked to end their 4-game skid on homecoming when they hosted Western Michigan. Heartbreak Solani, Michigan struck again when the Eagles missed a game-tying field goal in overtime to fall 20-17. Some would argue that EMU dominated the Broncos most of the game, but 3 turnovers and consistent costly penalties led the way for the Eagles. For what it seemed like was the first time this year, the Eagles had a consistent running game between Ian Erickson and Breck Turner, who combined for 120 yards. But like I said last week, the dynamic Bronco duo of Jarvion Franklin and Jamari Bogan combined for 178 yards on the ground. Another 300-yard passing performance by Brogan Roback was not enough to overcome the interception and 2 fumbles on the game. A couple of pivotal plays had one of the largest crowds ever at Rynearson Stadium hanging their heads as they watched their Eagles fall to 2-5 on the season. Looking forward to this week, the Eagles travel to Northern Illinois to face the Huskies on Thursday in the first midweek action game of the season. NIU the undefeated in the MAC, playing with both wins over Bowling Green, Buffalo, and Kent State, including an impressive win over Nebraska in the non-conference play. In comparison, the Eagles have now dropped their last 5 games, but all of them were within a single score. Heading into the game, ESPN has the Eagles as 7-point underdogs. They've had EMU as underdogs in all but 2 games this season. The Huskies sit next to Toledo at the top of the MAC West standings, while EMU is at the rock bottom alongside Ball State. Kickoff in DeKalb is set for 7 p.m. and the game has been seen on CBS Sports Network. On the soccer field, the Eastern Michigan soccer team closed out their final 2 games with a couple of victories. On Thursday, the Eagles hosted Western Michigan. The Eagles dominated from the get-go with 2 goals in their first and 1 in the second to win 3-0. Kristen Nason, Peyton Davis, and Madeline Olson each scored a goal apiece in the Bronco beatdown. Western took 29 shots in the game, but goalkeeper Kaylin Williams held strong. Next up was the NIU Huskies on senior night. Senior Alex Wilbanks notched her first and only goal of the season to help give the Eagles the 1-0 victory in her final game in Ypsilanti. The Eagles will now head to Mount Pleasant in their final regular season game of the year against Central Michigan. The volleyball team was also at home, my bad, for their 2 matches this weekend. On Friday, they took on Akron to try and end their 5-game losing streak. The Eagles won their first 2 sets, and then in the fourth, they took a 3-1 victory over the Zips. Mallory Rajewski added another double-double on the season with her 13 digs and 29 assists. Offensively, Jordan Smith again led the way with her 13 kills in the game. Next up was a post-football game matchup against Buffalo. The Eagles struggled offensively as they failed to score 20 points in 3 sets to lose 3-0. Rajewski again dominated with her 26 assists and a pair of aces, while Smith added 9 kills and a block. The volleyball team looked to rebound when they head on the road later this week to face Toledo and Ball State. The basketball team also opened up their season with their annual Crash the Convo event to get the student body excited for the upcoming season. The Convo will be bumping up again this season. That's all for sports. I'm Evan Michael Kermy. I'll see you next week. We have more news after the break.
My mom's birthday was coming up fast, so I needed to go out shopping for something quick. I needed to move money from my savings to my checking account so I could use my debit card at the mall. I cracked open my laptop, hit the bookmark from my bank, and entered in my username and password. What the heck? I got sent back to the home page. So I entered in my username and password again, made the transfer, and went to the mall where I found this cool little necklace for my mom. That's good news, right? The bad news is, the next week I went to make a purchase and they told me that I had insufficient funds to cover that purchase. Long story short, when I had logged into my bank the first time, I got redirected to a fake site that stole my username and password. I guess I got a virus that redirected my bookmark. The thieves had a field day with my account. I wish I had known then what I know now. You have to check and make sure you're really on your bank's website. This can be done by either recognizing an image you've selected or clicking a lock or VeriSafe icon and comparing the bank's web address to a web address you've got on our certificate. My name is Luke, and I'm trying to be e-safe.
Welcome back to E-Weekly. We are wrapping up here. Before we do, Alicia Lewis has some spooky activities for you to consider for the weekend.
Thanks, Nina. I'm Alicia Lewis, and this is Eagle Encounters. First off, I hope you all had a fun homecoming weekend. Now it's time to get things a little spooky this weekend as we prepare for Halloween. Starting the weekend off, the 5th Annual International Conference on Healthcare will take place in the Halley Library Auditorium from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. This conference will be on disabilities and aging while involving faculty from the College of Health and Human Services along with colleagues from the National Medical Academy of Postgraduate Education. The cost is free and open to the public. Contact David Thomas for more information at 734-487-6839. Also on Friday, the Symphony and Orchestra will be having their Halloween concert this Friday at Peace Auditorium. The concert will go from 7:30 until 9:30 p.m. Tickets are $10 for general, $8 for students and senior citizens, and only $6 for children under 12 and under. For more information, contact the Music and Dance Department at 734-487-4380. If those don't interest you, Friday, then head over to the Student Center for their free weekly movie. This week, you are in for a treat because they will be showing 2 movies. Wish Upon will be shown at 8 p.m. and Annabelle Creation at 10:30. Moving right along to Saturday, the 28th. You can check out 3 Penny Opera if you missed last week's show, or if you want to see it again. EMC Theater will be hosting the performance once again. The show is located in Kirk Theater from 7 p.m. till 9:30. The age limit is 13 and up. Tickets are required and can be found at the Kirk box office. Also on Saturday, the Student Center is having movie night in the auditorium at 8 p.m. They will be showing Lights Out, so be sure to go with a friend because that movie will have you spooked out. On Sunday, rest up a little bit and maybe hit the gym. You'll probably need to prepare your body for all the candy you'll get on Halloween next Tuesday. And that's all I have for Eagle Encounters. Have a fun weekend. My time is up. Thank you for yours. Until next time, I'm Alicia Lewis.
Thank you, Alicia. We were a bit early with the Halloween spirit this year, but our next show won't be until November 1st, and that's just disrespectful to the holiday to celebrate in November.
Either way, I'm really excited to start my early celebration this weekend and then have candy for breakfast, lunch, dinner for the next month.
Be sure to check out our other ETV productions, Still on the Air and Sideliners. They'll be getting into the Halloween spirit next week. For us here at eWeekly, that's all. I'm Sarah Potteracki.
And I'm Nina Maria Badalamenti. Have a fun weekend.
Are you an EMU student interested in getting a first-hand experience working at a radio station? Well, say no more. EMU offers a class through Eagle Radio that will thoroughly prepare you for a real-life experience. But first, you have to register for the class. Pick a date and a time slot. Then the world is yours. Eagle Radio allows you to be fully independent and customize your own show. Have real conversations about the news, celebrity gossip, update listeners about the weather, play a trivia game. It's your show. You're free to name your show whatever you want and play any edited music of your choice. If you love having heated debates and you feel your words need to be heard, then Eagle Radio is just for you.